today to the 7-day broadcast schedule. So you'll be able to catch up a little bit every day with what's going on. I won't be able to, of course, recap everything in every session, but at least we will have live stream material for you Nycos fans, so you can start to get a better feel for it. One of the other things with the Nycos Insider that I'm going to be endeavoring to do is giving an outline of every nation on Nycos and what every one of them is doing in response to the incursion of the others in their realms. That information will be accessible fundamentally to those of you that are viewers, and is not going to be broadcast, or I'm not going to necessarily tell my games group what's going on, so you will perhaps be insiders on information that even the groups that are playing don't necessarily have access to. So thank you so much for keeping up with us today, Olivia. We will definitely be available for you to watch on the other days, and for your sake, I know you're kind of keen on the Friday group, so just be aware that programming change. I thought I was going to have to work tomorrow, but praise be, they called off the mandatory extra day, and so there will be a Fellstone Chronicles episode tomorrow. So, yay! All right, so getting back to where I was headed with this conversation, with the advent of the rainbow veil, there has been also in areas in the northern realms in particular excavation into certain sites that do have rainbow. YouTube stopped streaming? Why would that be? Let me go look. Thank you for letting me know. That is very weird. It just now stopped? That's very bizarre. Let me go see what happened there. Thanks for letting me know, Allie. Give me a second to... No, it's showing me live now on YouTube. If it's not broadcasting... Oh, did it freeze? Oh, we're looking. Don't know what happened with that, so let me go double check here. You cut out 19 minutes in today? Oh. I gotta figure out what's causing that. Don't know. Yikes. Don't know what the latency issue or whatever it is. I'll have to explore this. I'm just still learning, folks. This is... Alright, so... That is so odd. They're so odd. Oh, it's up again. Okay, so maybe just a latency issue. Schrodinger's cat is involved because I went and observed, and once I went and observed, it located it. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for letting me know. I also need to have somebody put eyeballs on Facebook nowadays too to make sure that we're actually on all three, because the system is telling me we are, but I'm operating from the undisclosed location, and so therefore I don't have access to the big machine that we use on the other episodes. Alrighty, so let's talk a little bit about the other changes that are going to happen. With the fact that we're going to be going to an everyday broadcast means that you guys will be getting probably more information about me than you really want to know. Ha ha ha. But that will mean you'll maybe be able to see some things coming in the Nycos story that others haven't yet. Let's go ahead and talk about the different shows that are going to be going on this season. First of all, well, I don't want to go there first. Let's go to Cauldron, which was originally Cauldron, and then Cauldron Emergent, Cauldron Triumphant, and Cauldron Emergent. It is now being changed to Dawn, whatever it is. I still don't. I thought I would be able to recall it. I still can't remember. So if Allie, if you can rack your brain and try to come up with what the other word was. I know. Anyway, so Cauldron's story is now shifting as the city of Cauldron has been fundamentally obliterated. There are still the substructures that remain, but the predominant buildings on the top of the mountain have been destroyed by a radiant beam from beyond. We have determined that also, for all purposes, the candle is eliminated. There is no longer a candle in the heavens. Hopefully that means for the adventurers no more blue bolts from the sky, or white bolts from the sky to destroy. But it is rather concerning. It has been made clear that it was something to do with the Friday group that has successfully eliminated the candle itself from the sky, but not before a considerable amount of devastation has already occurred. Cauldron's name has changed, but its episode times will remain. It'll be 6 p.m. until around 10 o'clock each night. Yes, Allie, please do ask him. He'll be sure to remember, since he's the one that spouted it, and we all jumped on it and said, yeah, that's a great idea. Unfortunately, I can't for the life of me recall it at this moment. But yeah, I appreciate you asking. The change to the story also will be reflecting the awareness that the adventure is now going to be focusing on getting a real handle on what's going on with the others, and perhaps discussing or deciding how to most efficiently stop the invasions. Whispers in the Mist, the Sunday group, is currently operating out of, as I mentioned, the town of Selk on the coast of Fulcrum, far to the south. Yeah, I'll be changing the title and everything. Thank you very much, Ali. Yeah. The story here is also concerning the arrival, but it's in a slightly different vein because the area is much more of a frontier. It doesn't have as strongly solidified a local government as a recently empowered kingdom has started to put pressure on something known as the Seven Sea Princes, and Selk, being one of the primary outposts of one of those princes, is going to end up being fundamentally a battleground in that conflict. Add to that the incursion, and more arguably frightening is the direct influence of many different creatures with extraplanar links. It's going to be a kind of a fun ride. This episode runs at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, generally speaking, until 5. Sometimes I have to cut out early because of work, but that is the time frame that it will be in. On a local basis, anybody in the Southern California area that would like to be a part of the Nycos live stream aspect, definitely you'll want to reach out to us, and we do operate through the Gameology store in Upland, California. Address is 960 Foothill Boulevard, corner of Foothill and Mountain Avenues. So that is that episode, and the two of them will be held together this week as there's a crossover. The full Sunday crew is not yet aware, but the Wednesday crew is sort of coming to help, so it's going to be interesting. The last of the live stream series of Nycos is the Fellstone Chronicles. This story is following a different thread, if you will. They're pursuing the Fellstones themselves, their dispersion since the disappearance of the ninth of the Eldrin kites, and discovering not only what happened to them, but what can be done to replace the Fellstones in their, if you will, starting positions. So much more to that story than you might know, but that's Friday evenings, and that begins at 6 p.m. ish and runs again until about 10 o'clock or so. Now, the rest of the week, there's going to be, and back to this, the rest of the week there will be episodes that will be discussing not only other aspects of Nycos, like this show, which will be almost all, this is gonna exclusively stay with stuff that is behind the scenes for the Nycos campaigns. But Nycos Insider is actually going to be talking about the development process for actual saleable property to go with the Nycos campaigns, and this will include the opportunity for game masters to become familiar with the Nycos story and then link their adventure games through fundamentally a real estate exchange on Nycos itself, so that their story becomes a splinter of the shard, if you will, a piece of the action. So the actual schedule is posted on my Facebook page and will be kept updated as we go along. The Nycos Insider episodes will also, as I mentioned before, be going into details on the various nations, giving updates on what all is going on in those areas that are not directly involved with the campaign, to let the players kind of see what might be coming in terms of national involvement or governmental shift and things like that. Finally, one day a week I will actually spend some time doing non-Nycos material. It'll still be under the banner because it's going to be the Cadre game system, which will be rolled out over the next year or so and include adventures of many different kinds. Now, from a play standpoint, there will be new episodes of role-play games that I will be hosting that will be not aired, and they will fundamentally be part of Role-Play Roulette, but that's a story for another time. It's not Dawn Patrol, it's Dawn something. I wish I could remember. Alrighty, well, we are at 4:35, and I've been rambling for just about an hour, so I'm going to be logging off for this episode. Thank you so much for your participation. If there's any additional information you would like to gather, make sure you PM me directly, or you can email me at GameMarketGuru@gmail.com. I'm also jonathan.g.albin on Facebook. And make sure you follow me on Facebook, because that's where a lot of the instantaneous data will go through my Facebook Live accounts. And of course, you'll want to check out and become involved with our Patreon program. It's getting a bit of a redo over the next few weeks. We will be setting our 2020 goals and introducing the Patreon exclusive videos as well. So thank you all for your participation. I hope to see you all again soon. And make sure you stay tuned tomorrow, 6 p.m. for Fellstone Chronicles. You guys have a great day, and let's